I'm not going to compare myself to anybody, but you're always just going to get the real deal. There's not going to be any games or anything. We're going to speak about the truth, and I think that's what I like to do with the players and the team. Have a very open communication in both directions. I think you've probably heard me say this already, but communication is also about listening to your players, to your environment, to your supporting staff, and to processing all of that, not just speaking. And I think that whether that's unique or different, I know that's probably one of my biggest strengths, is to create an honest locker room and an honest dressing room, an honest atmosphere, and to work within those boundaries. You know, I like to keep that space. I'm conscious of energy and the energy that's needed through 82 games and how to best put that energy into play, which also means they need to find spaces to gather energy and to help them understand that and to do that. I'm big on off-ice fitness. We've got excellent people here that are already in the background passionately supporting the process, where we need to be the fittest possible team we can be, because the game we'll be playing is up-tempo and high-tempo, whether with or without the puck. I like to have an active team on the ice, but we need to be fit to be able to do that consistently, game in and game out. In my experience in England, it was definitely the investment in sports science and analytics was large, and the way it was processed was interesting for me to observe. And I'm really curious on how exactly we can bring it into the front without disrupting the free flow and the talent of our players. That's one of the things as a coach, is to find that balance of a strong, compact game away from the puck, where you can feel that unity, but still allowing the amazing skill that we have in our roster to be able to be creative and to be able to be free. So when we take analytics, when we take videos, when we take all that information, I think the important thing will be to process it in a way that it then really, we don't do it just for doing sake, but we do it to really make a difference in the individual players. And we'll see how open certain players are to it, but I'm extremely open to gathering the information and to even GPSing players sometimes in an ice session to check maximum speeds. You can possibly watch for fatigue before it occurs and avoid injuries and so on and so forth. There's so many examples where it might never get to the player in the end, but we might be able to track in a way that we can keep our man games lost down, as an example. So if we can use analytics to do that, let's find a way.
Where has this franchise, in your opinion, fallen short? What are your plans to correct that gap? And how quickly can you restore true competitiveness to the product on the ice?
I'm not the kind of person that spends a lot of time on the opinions of the past. So whether it was spending my first meeting with Jack Eichel or looking at where the Sabres are today, it's much more important what is here today. And I need to find out that. And everything else is not the space I need to get into. I need to get into a space where I see what we have, what our potential is, what our present toolbox is filled with, and I need to put those pieces into play. So I think everybody here knows one thing, and that's that we have an extremely passionate environment. People are treated right in this organization. Don't take that for granted. That's a really, really special thing to have a foundation of that nature. And now we need to get the grit and the bite into the group on the ice to stoke the fire that's here. And why not in the 50th year of the organization get that going? But I truly mean it, that for me now to analyze 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, 15 past it would be a waste of time, in my opinion. It's more, what do we need to do? And I'll focus on that.